Let's get back to the phones where many of you are waiting to speak to me. We do these calls via Discord at davidpakman.com/Discord. Let's go. We are going to try again our good friend, Eric from Cancun. Eric, welcome. Let's hope your connection is steady today.
Hi, David. ¿Cómo estás?
Estoy bien, muchas gracias.
The thing I want to tell you last week is that, do you know the concept of Occam's razor?
Yes, I do. Occam's razor, of course.
Because, first of all, in philosophy, a razor is when you want to get rid of an unnecessary theory, when you want to explain something and you don't want complicated explanation. So, British William Occam want to explain that the simplest explanation is the correct one if it gives a better or the same results as the other complicated ones.
Yeah, Eric, can I explain it in a slightly different way?
For example...
No, but Eric, what I'm saying is, would you allow me to give my explanation of Occam's razor? Is it okay if I take 15 seconds and do that?
Okay.
Okay. The way I think of Occam's razor is if we have two competing explanations for some phenomenon and both explain the phenomenon equally well, but one requires fewer assumptions and is generally simpler, we would tend to favor the simpler explanation. That's how I think about Occam's razor, Eric, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Thank
the
you.
simplest explanation for a bird to fly is that it flaps its wings and becomes lighter than air. The simplest explanation for a boat to float is that its shape can create a vacuum of air that makes it float because it is then less dense than water. The simplest explanation for Biden to be president is that in 2020, everyone started to hate Trump because of being awful. And I think that that concept would balance out the wackiness of internet and social media. And I heard that concept in my philosophy class, also from my dad, and in one episode of The Simpsons when all the adults were drinking the erotic tonic that Homer and Abe were selling, and the kids were wondering why their parents were keeping them out of the house while they were doing the hanky-panky. Lisa said that maybe because they are reverse vampires and they must go home before dark.
Wait a second, Eric, is that a Simpsons episode or you're saying your dad has an erotic tonic that he drinks?
That's from the second part is from a Simpsons episode. My dad also told me about the concept of Occam's razor and also in my philosophy class.
That's beautiful. Eric, you've really said it all today.
And it's because conspiracy theorists want to feel like James Bond or any other super spy from the movies. But instead of learning how to hack enemy computers and martial arts and looking good with a martini and a tuxedo, they're making fool of themselves. Don't you think?
I agree with you completely. Eric, remind us, how old a guy are you?
I'm 30.
30, okay. All right, Eric, great to hear from you. I appreciate it. Still good. The weather in Cancun is still beautiful as always, I assume?
It's a bit cloudy right now. Would you prefer if I'm your weatherman or your Guillermo?
I actually like hearing about the weather in Cancun. It really lightens the mood.
If you want to come, I have a good Airbnb place if you want.
Okay, yeah, let me follow up about that, okay?
Hey, I'll give you an email. Thank you, bye.
All right, there is Eric, gonna hook me up with an Airbnb in Cancun. Love it. One of our sponsors is Athletic Greens, which makes comprehensive daily nutrition really simple. People are busy. We're not always getting effective, balanced nutrition from the food we eat. We sometimes are combining all sorts of different vitamins, supplements, different things that may be relevant to us. AG1 by Athletic Greens is a delicious drink that just simplifies the entire thing. It's one product. You get all of the things you need, 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients. It's a multivitamin, it's a multimineral, it's a probiotic, green food blend in one daily serving, really easy, high quality, bioavailable ingredients can fill those nutritional gaps in your diet, and they can help with gut health and digestion and support you in other ways. And they can replace multiple products and pills that you might be taking. It's just one drink, really simple. I've been enjoying the AG1 drink by Athletic Greens. Tastes good, helps me get everything I'm trying to get. Athletic Greens is giving my audience a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase when you go to athleticgreens.com/Pacman. The link is in the podcast notes.